Stephen A., I need you to break this down for us, because are the guys being sensitive here, or are their issues legit? What's going on?
Well, it's a very hard thing for me to discuss, because here's the deal. Those guys, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, Rondo, Kendrick Perkins, some of the best guys you'll ever meet, believe it or not. Especially KG. I love me some KG because he's as real as it gets. They are being a bit too sensitive, but they have every right to be that way. Every right. And it's very, very simple as to why that is. Paul Pierce said it best. Because Ray Allen left and never even had a conversation with them. He played with them for years. And Ray Allen is class personified in most people's eyes. You talk to the man, you sit down, you rap with him the whole bit. He's as classy as they get. He and Rondo have personal issues with one another that's none of anybody's business. And I'll never discuss that. But that's off the court stuff more so than it's on the court stuff, which is why you saw Rondo conspicuously silent yesterday. With Paul Pierce, Kendrick Perkins, and KG, that's strictly about basketball and Ray Allen electing to leave and not even having a conversation with them. Now, with Kendrick Perkins and Paul Pierce, I think their situation is a bit different than KG's. Because with Paul Pierce and Kendrick Perkins, I truly believe that if Ray Allen had gone up to them man-to-man, face-to-face, and had a conversation with them about where his heart lied and what he wanted to do, they would have understood. It still would have hurt that he elected to go to Miami, and they would have been a bit salty about that. But at the same time, they eventually would have gotten over it significantly quicker. In the case of KG, he's a warrior. He's in the trenches. He's a warrior on another level. You either with him or you against him. That's just the way it is. And the fact that you left to go to Miami, I mean, you could see and go back to the highlights, Max, when Miami had played Boston and Ray Allen went to shake everybody's hand. Folks shook his hand except KG. KG was having no part of it. He had to tap KG on the shoulder in Miami because KG wasn't having it. He's a different kind of warrior. Rondo, again, that's personal. Off the court stuff that's none of anybody's business. In the case of KG, it was about he felt betrayed. You understand? And you a turncoat, and I want nothing to do with you. In the case of Paul Pierce and Kendrick Perkins, it was how it was handled, which is why Paul was absolutely right in saying what he said about how he would have taken it differently. And Kendrick Perkins is absolutely right in saying that it's up to Ray Allen to make amends, because Ray Allen has personified class throughout his career. And this, his departure from Boston without talking to those dudes, clearly was not one of his shining moments. And if we're going to talk about KD, and how he left Russell Westbrook, then we have to sit up there and avoid absolving Ray Allen, because he could have handled that better.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's very similar to KD and Westbrook. KD is free to go where he wants, but the way he left, Westbrook is right to feel a certain kind of way about that, to hold a grudge about that if he so chooses, because KD dissed. I mean, he didn't have the courtesy to tell Westbrook. Westbrook had to learn about it through the media. That's messed up. And Doc Rivers, part of his success as a coach and his brilliance as a coach is getting a unit to come together and feel as though it's them against the world. Phil Jackson writes about this in his book 11 Rings. That's a stage of development in terms of team building. And Doc Rivers is really good at that, and the Celtics were, you talk about personified, they embodied that kind of spirit, that they're close off the court, that they're close on the court, leaving aside whatever personal issue Ray Allen had with Rondo. It's not that I say that they're at fault, Stephen A., for holding a grudge against Ray Allen. People hold grudges, and that's their right to do so. Here's the problem. It's a 10th anniversary reunion tour of a championship team. I don't care what Ray Allen did. You can't pretend he wasn't on the team because of something he did after the fact. You can't then rewrite history because he was a big part of that team, one of the big three. Rondo wasn't in the big three to begin with. I mean, you know, he was an excellent young up-and-coming player, but the big three were obviously Paul Pierce, KG, and Ray Allen. And no Ray Allen, no championship, period. Now, whatever else, personal issues or Doc not playing him enough, Ray Allen surveyed the landscape and correctly saw that with LeBron James crewed up in Miami, he saw which way the wind was blowing. He knew that was the end of the Celtics championship run. I hate to break it to everyone. The Celtics were never going to beat the LeBron James Heat. Part of that is because the way the playoffs are called by the refs and superstar calls. Part of that's a self-fulfilling prophecy on the part of the NBA.
You're lost.
But Ray Allen saw it, and he went to the rising power and won another chip. So Stephen A., those guys could feel however they want about it. They have every right. But to say he's not invited to a 10th anniversary is ridiculous.
Max.
They really don't have the right to do that because that's denying what actually happened. He's a big part of their success.